Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World, an incredibly special episode, our 1-year anniversary with the first guest we ever had, Sam Morril. It's coming up right now. But before that, we just want to tell you about some incredibly exciting stuff we got going on here. Biggest thing of all, tomorrow, Fat Rascal, the special, comes out on Netflix. Please watch it. We worked really hard on it. I think you're going to really like it. And if you also, it's the holiday season, you're looking for stocking stuffers, okay? You need a stocking stuffer? We got two of the best for you. The calendar is out, the 2024 Stavvy Baby Erotic Nude Calendar, Tasteful Nudes, out right now. Go to stavvy.biz, get you a calendar, give it to your mom, give it to your dad, give it to anybody that needs to keep track of their days and wants to see my ass cheeks. That's out there. And look, we got Ronnie t-shirts, baby. You want to support Baltimore's favorite son, Ronnie, the Baltimore Ravens superfan, that whose videos people keep watching and won't stop, and they're so successful I probably won't be able to ever stop them, even though, you know, I feel like I kind of done the character. You kind of get the fucking joke, but all right, hey, you keep watching, I'll keep doing. Put your money where your mouth is and buy the t-shirt. You like it so much, I gotta watch every Sunday, and I'm kind of worried about what I'm gonna say. I can't just enjoy my favorite team anymore. Now I've even turned that into work. Let me get a couple dollars out of it, huh? What do you say, folks? So go to stavvy.biz, buy the calendar, buy the Ronnie shirt, and watch the special, most importantly. And right now, please enjoy this episode. It's so fun. Sam's he's the man. One of my favorite guys in the entire world. And here we go, 1-year anniversary. Thank you so much. We did it, folks. 1 year of Stavvy's World. Here's to, I don't know.
Hopefully forever.
That's right, forever. And actually, most importantly, even more importantly than our special, I want to remind you what to do with your ass when you shit. That's right. We want to thank our sponsor, Tushy. At Hello Tushy is offering our listeners an exclusive limited time offer of 15% off your first bidet order plus free shipping. That's right. Go to hellotushy.com/Stavvy for 15% off all bidets. That's hellotushy.com and enter promo code Stavvy, Stavvy at checkout. See site for details. Okay? Clean ass. Clean up your ass. Throw on Netflix. Do a little online shopping. We got it all figured out. Now let's start the show. Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World, 904-800-STAV. It's been a year. Can you believe it?
Oh.
The year anniversary. We're here. Flew by.
Yeah.
It's just me and Sam have been sitting in these chairs for 1 year.
Yeah.
You were our first guest. You're
I'm honored.
episode 1, episode whatever the hell this is. What are we at? 52? How many weeks in a year?
It should be the math.
Should be 52.
We took a week off or
we did
something.
no weeks off, folks. Do we mail them in sometimes? Yeah, but you're getting something.
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah.
I was like, that guest. Yeah, that guy on? He stinks.
Well, if that happens, somebody canceled and the other guy was very available.
Yeah. The pushy, I'm available. You're like, I know. We know you're available. We know it.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day here in Stavvy's World. Now, could we have done something with the set? Maybe changed literally anything? Maybe, but
good.
The set stays. Maybe another year. Who knows?
Until I get you down to the village, man.
I know, dude. Sam is trying to get me to be a city boy.
I just
in
want
Manhattan.
you in the hood, man.
It would be nice. I did. I was gonna go on a tour right after. And other big news. My special comes out tomorrow on Netflix. Tomorrow in terms of when people see it.
No, you sent me a corrupted file I watched it. You were like, let me get your take on this, and I was like, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
You're one of the only comics whose special I will actually watch.
I really appreciate that.
I love your
man.
comedy.
Thank you.
As you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fond of you
Yes,
as a person as well.
Of course.
But I'm watching it and I'm like, killer. I love it. And it's a corrupted file you send me. And I'm like, well, send me the uncorrupted one so I could see the end of the special.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll get on it. I know you're never going to send it. So I have to wait. I have to wait like the rest of the people.
No, you'll get it.
I knew you would.
You'll get it. shows what a good friend you are, is because I was just asking about the first 10 minutes because I wanted to fix an audio issue that it turns out I was just being crazy. You know when it's like you're special and you're just like, I want it to be perfect. Everybody I showed it to was like, what are you talking about?
Looks great too.
So thank you, I appreciate it.
Great Paramount Theater, Austin.
The Paramount in Austin.
Beautiful.
Fat Rascal. Tomorrow, folks, Netflix is doing a new thing where, everybody steals Netflix. They started logging people out. So what I need you to do right now is talk to whoever's Netflix you have and ask them to check their email. Click, yes, I am traveling. Because that's the only loophole around it. Because I have my brother's, which is hilarious. I know, I should buy my own Netflix.
I actually use my dad's still.
Dude, it's going to come up.
I know.
It's going to come up.
I pay for all the other ones, but I use...
That's the one
my dad just has had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, make sure you got your shit in order. Fat Rascal, let's take it to the top charts. Let's make it beat whatever... I don't know, Ryan Reynolds movie about reconnecting with his father or whatever fucking bullshit.
5. We get it. They're mean and now they're nice. We get the point.
Whatever other bullshit is on Netflix, watch my bullshit instead. Yeah. I got a lot riding on this. So this is a big week in Stavvy's world. We got the special tomorrow. We got the year anniversary. We got our best pal, Sammy the Bull, in the fucking studio, in the flesh. Here, Thanks for coming, man.
It took me. I'd gotten the wrong train twice.
I know.
You're the only person I come to Astoria for.
Yes, thank you.
This is, and I'm not cabbing here in rush hour.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
I know it is. It is embarrassing. You're the most born in New York person possible, and you got on 2 wrong trains to Queens.
Well, I'm using old New York things where I got on the queue, forgetting the queue goes to the Upper East Side now.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna get this except
no, they'll
New
love
Yorkers.
it. But there's like 10 nerds who are dreaming of moving to New York. They're like, oh, the queue goes to the Upper East. Because that was me 10 years ago listening to podcasts. When they would talk about trains, I'd be like, wow, the New York City subway. Dude. When I was the year 2000, let's say, when we graduate, 11, 12? 11. So 12, I have my first day job, and I'm just listening to It's funny because a lot of the podcasts I listen to are people that I am now friends with. I was a big YKWd guy.
That was a big one.
Before I even opened for Bobby, or actually maybe I was part-time opening for Bobby, but I was still a big YKWd guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there and just listening to List and Bobby, literally 2 of my best friends. But
I remember going on there and being like, why did you book 5 other people? I'm like, this is supposed to be an opportunity for me. And they'd be like, we booked every comic.
Yeah. My favorite thing Bobby would do is he was such an egalitarian that if he told some open micer he could do the podcast, and then there was one time where he surprised last minute got Burr on, and it was like Bill Burr, and then it was like Tim Dillon's roommate did Bringers, and it was like you couldn't have, and the guy was like speaking up, like he didn't know to just be like, all right, I'm gonna use this as a credit, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
He didn't know to be intimidated by Bill Burr.
He was like getting in the conversation. It was so fucking funny. Bobby's the man, dude. But
it's getting like that time of year where I like this time of year. I love this time of year in New York, but you're starting to see the coughs, and you're like, fuck.
Oh yeah,
wet coughs on the train. The guy, not even fucking, just an old sickly looking guy. He's like, I'm like, that's fucking nice,
dude. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Rona's back. Yeah. Rona's back. I had it. Eldest never got tested, but he couldn't
had it. You're
taste
one of those?
or smell.
I think I'm one of those now too. I think I'm just like, I'm done testing.
I lost my taste and smell, and he fucking had it. So
I wouldn't have gotten tested, but I just had I had leftover a stockpile of tests, and I just woke up and I was like, I feel like dog shit, and I just took it, and I was like, oh, I guess I have it. And we were in a car driving in a lot, car windows up, just talking to Eldest for 4 hours driving up to New York. So it's like, I definitely got it from that motherfucker. But,
the person who's just refuses to admit they're sick too, the guy who comes in, he's like, it's allergies.
Literally was Eldest.
You look like a ghost.
100%.
You look very ill.
100% Eldest to a T. It was in Baltimore too. We got it in Baltimore. So he's hugging all our family members. He's kissing my sickly grandmother.
I'm playing with our friend's baby.
Yeah, he's just lifting a baby up in the air. And took 0 precautions. Didn't give a fuck. Luckily,
went to a nursing home just to say hi.
Yeah. Is uncharacteristically nice while having undiagnosed and being like, I can't smell anything.
Helped an old lady across the street, then carried her groceries upstairs. I was like, no, come inside and breathe on you. Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, dude, I know it is. There is a magical. We're past it now. Again, the date is December 5th, and now in December 5th or 4th, whatever the fuck day it is, and like New York is magical in October.
It's
magical.
I love in December too, though.
Early, yeah. I mean, it is. It is. If once you just make peace with the cold, but October's nice because it's like you get crisp fall days, and then you get the random just nice days. Just shorts and like in the middle of like the fall. It's the best. I mean, the best fall in the world. I love it so much. But
wear a light jacket. You don't even need to wear it. It's like the only time you get to be like fashionable as a man.
Yes.
It's kind of nice.
A little jacket, a little accessory. I got myself a little. Now, you're not penned in by the confines of what DXL has to offer, Sam, the big and tall store, but I got myself a nice little 3XL Brooks Brothers light jacket that you'll be seeing around town. It's tough because you can really only dress like, if you go to a big and tall store, your options are like Big J or like lawyer on vacation. Like that's really it. They have huge
Brendan
jorts.
Fraser and Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
That's
you have huge jorts, or you have like fucking cheating on my, or like Kendall Roy, or not Ken. What was the
Homer
the dad?
in that what was
And that moo-moo? Yeah. They have a moo-moo too, but they have like what was the dad in Succession? Like you could dress like him, or you could dress like Big J.
Logan
Roy, yeah. A lot of sweaters. It's nice, a nice look, but those are your two. There's no
corporate Stavvy would be a fun trend,
dude. Yeah.
Mix it up a little.
Yeah. Oh, dude. When back in that era, the 2011, listening to pods, working my day job, dude. I was fat as shit. Like actually, probably as fat as I am now, but the fattest I ever was, which is now in 2011, and I was wearing.
Come to the village, and we'll fucking.
Dude, no, we're gonna be good.
We'll go to yoga. We'll.
I love it.
I got a personal trainer. She wants to see you.
All right.
She's good, man.
We'll get in there. But dude, I was wearing like just the most like all my clothes were like they were supposed to look like slacks, but they fully had an elastic waistband. But it was just like, and they had like buttons for show.
Like, what?
They had like show buttons. Like
why do those khakis say champion on them? What the hell is going on?
Dude, the way I dressed and the way a baby at a wedding dresses was exactly the same. It's like just little buttons so your mom thinks you're cute. It was like me wearing little buttons so my boss didn't know I'm wearing glorified sweatpants. It was like costume like pants. It was fucking crazy.
That's the tough thing, because you gain weight, you really get to dress for comfort.
Yes, you got it. I mean, listen, I was comfortable, and right now I'm always comfy. Tracksuits, Hawaiian shirts. You know what I'm saying?
I just went to Phoenix, and Matt Coleman, who does that club, was like, "I got Stavvy 2 tracksuits.
You got
as a
me
gift."
some tracksuits. Yeah.
That's part of your personality.
Yeah. People know to get me tracksuits. I'm leisurely, dude. And then look, there's something to living life leisurely, but I would like a couple more options. But that's why
we'll get you healthy in the village, man.
Yeah, well, I was gonna go on a big tour after the special, but I'm just going crazy, so I'm pushing back. Sorry, folks. I was gonna hit the road starting in February, and I have the makeup shows because the Detroit, Grand Rapids, we're making those up, and also Dallas. Detroit and Grand Rapids, I got COVID obviously, and then Dallas. Look, it's time I came clean. It was the day after my special, and I would rather do mushrooms and watch Heat than the show in Dallas. That's why I canceled that show. Every other show has been a legitimate reason, but Dallas, me and Eldest were like, we're going to go straight from filming the special to fucking Dallas.
Why would you book a gig after a special?
I didn't know. It was one of those things where...
you filmed the special as you went.
I filmed the specials. Like, this tour was going, and I was like, I want to film this now. I'm feeling hot. And then I looked at the calendar. Ooh, Austin, perfect. But I had Dallas right after. And I was like, I'm not going to work after a special.
When did you decide to cancel it?
Oof, it was a little too close. Look, I'm coming clean. I'm a man of honor. I could have lied to you about this, but yeah, it was like wait, like in my defense, I told my agents earlier, but I think they were like trying to figure out a date. You know how
Stav's sick.
Yeah, literally, it's like, oh, sorry, something. I don't think I even gave them the dignity of a real excuse. It was just like something came up, and I was fully doing mushrooms. I rented a sick Airbnb in Austin. We were grilling, we were doing mushrooms, and then we watched Heat. That was the way we celebrated the special.
It's a great movie.
It was, yeah.
Fucking Michael Mann shit.
An absolute banger.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever canceled a
You
gig.
got to do mushrooms? Never.
No, never.
Well, we got to get you.
I've been
doing
pretty
that.
fucking hungover and still powered through, but
yeah.
I have done the IV. We've done it together.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm an IV champion. I'm constantly doing IVs on the road. But you feel awesome.
You
just
feel fucking good.
You feel
We
sick.
did it at Norman's wedding.
I know.
That was
good.
fucking great.
Another time I did mushrooms. Did mushrooms
That's
at Norman's
right.
wedding. Kind of by accident.
That's like,
I
I like getting drunk at weddings, though.
Well, dude, it was so fucking weird because I was being sober. Like I was on a sober kick because that was before the special, I recall. That was, when did Norman get married? November?
Or some shit. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Whatever. Fuck Mark. I was just being sober for whatever reason. I don't remember what it was. I think maybe it was
I think it's just tour.
for the tour. Yeah, because because when I wasn't sober, I was getting even fatter and more unhealthy. And I was like, all right, if I'm at least sober, I won't go crazy.
It's tough.
And then in my head, I was just getting jealous of everyone getting fucked up at the wedding. And I was like, mushrooms, it's not as bad. I don't know what the fuck math I was doing. And then as soon as I did mushrooms, I was like, why don't I just also get fucked up? And so it completely defeated the purpose. And I just got fucked up later than everyone else. I took mushrooms. I was fucking... And also, New Orleans, bad place to do mushrooms. The
Yeah.
vibes are fucked. Everything's haunted.
Yeah,
You're
I guess
like,
that-
there's a
I've
little
never done
fucking...
mushrooms, but that
there's a little
seems-
ghost around the corner.
Every hotel's haunted there.
Dude.
What is every hotel's like? We have ghosts. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
It's so weird.
You say it like it's normal. They're like, we have a ghost, and you're like, you're a Holiday Inn. You're not even like a cool hotel.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what kind of lame ghost haunts a fucking
yeah.
Best Western? Some fucking shitty ass
The ghost, yeah, the ghost having like the most fucked up turkey sausage in the morning. The ghost.
Hope you
is
guys
just-
are enjoying your free breakfast.
The yogurt is warm now. You wanted a yogurt, but it's room temperature. Yeah, dude, it's so haunted there that Mark, who's really not a superstitious guy in most ways, is just like, oh yeah, there's ghosts here, and he says it like it's just purely fact.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Dude, being in New Orleans kind of makes me be like, something's fucked up
Some
here.
spirits.
Have you ever encountered a spirit?
Not that I know of, but like, because you think that, but then it's just like the light flickering, and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there was a
Yeah,
beam. You're like,
yeah.
also,
yeah.
you could just replace the bulb though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Although there are some homes where they're like, there was a murder here, and you're like, well, just don't move into that home.
Yeah. Demolish the home.
Unless you get a good deal. That's New York real estate. I'm like, a family of 7 was murdered, and you're like, yeah, but it's like $3,500 a month.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. For
You'll knock off 600 because a woman met her brutal end in this bathtub.
They never found the murderer, but he's probably not going to come back. That would be a pretty arrogant murderer to go back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Oh, they do that?
Oh, that's a classic thing
Yeah,
they do.
okay.
Yeah, that's true. New York is so about deals that it cancels out like ghosts, whereas in New Orleans, everyone is just so about the vibe and how, you know, we're too frugal here to worry about ghosts.
I just don't think ghosts, and maybe like outside of the city, but what ghost is going to hang in a studio? The square footage is off the haunt.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
you're
even.
right.
You would just be in the room the whole time. You can't surprise anyone.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm turning a hot plate on and off. You know, like, you're right. You need a mansion to. You want a chandelier to to go by really fast and let it go bring, 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 bring. You know, make that little noise.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do. You need space as a ghost. You know, our friend Rachel lives in Maspeth, New York, and
Yes.
that's a huge home. And she
Ghosts-
thinks it's haunted.
Interesting.
And she said that the last person the person she got the home from, she goes, "Hey, we've had this weird feeling," and the person wrote back, "I've been waiting for you to
Wow.
And she thinks it's absolutely haunted
Holy
because
shit.
her brother died in like a DUI or something.
Ah, well, that's
and ever
not really.
since then,
That's not really. Her brother her brother hit a tree because he had one too many Negronis. A ghost doesn't really catch a cab to home. He's probably haunting a stretch of the BQE. If we're being honest, he's probably the
ghost
Exxon.
I should have called an Uber.
I thought I was just buzzed. I forgot about the pain pills I had taken earlier, and they really kicked in on the highway.
I did a benefit once, and it was, you ever just do a benefit, and they're just like, it's for a really good charity, and you're like, yeah, fine, whatever. I just didn't even look at the charity, and I'm like 5 minutes in eating shit, and I'm like, why am I bombing so hard? I opened with a joke about drinking on muscle relaxers. Oh, no. And I'm like, well, this joke usually works. I get off stage, and I was like, what the hell was that? And they're like, he died of mixing alcohol and pills. And I was like,
Oh my God.
Man.
The absolute one joke you shouldn't have done.
I opened with it.
That's fucking...
I couldn't bounce back.
Yeah, of course not. They think you're taunting them.
Well, also, that feeling you get at least when you do a benefit, when you're like, well, at least it didn't go great, but I did a benefit. I ruined their night. I sucked. I felt horrible.
You bombed and you reminded them of the tragedy that they were there all trying to overcome with something positive. They're like, well, he'll never be back. And we're all sad about
Who's
it.
next on the lineup? Artie Lang. Fuck, this is going to be a long night.
Yeah. Let's hire Artie to do a benefit for nose reconstruction surgery. Fuck.
That was
dude.
I think that was my opener in Buffalo. I was like, man, I was on Tinder here. All the women here look like Artie Lang. That's my big. They were like, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever gotten slurped off in Buffalo? Last time, I don't think I did, right? We were in and out, weren't we, Eldis?
I don't think so. Let me check the fuck records.
Yeah.
We have those on the company server.
Yeah. Eldis has hilariously heard me get my dick sucked a couple times on this tour. Because my thinking was literally like, look, I'm going to get an Airbnb. I'm going to go to bed early with the boys. I'm not going to stay out trying to get pussy. Cut to a couple times. I'm like, all right, Eldis. Lights off in your room. Act like you're not here.
That's the worst. I remember I used to live in a
dude, it's funny because it's like I've recreated having roommates. It's like I have this. I'm like, these women have some fantasy of like, wow, I'm fucking the star, and then it's like, hey, quiet, my roomie's trying to sleep. My buddy Eldis is in the other room.
Could you do the Airbnb on the road?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
fucking
Sometimes
crazy
I
to me.
do.
As a single dude who's hooking up constantly like you, it's like you are doing this to yourself.
I know.
I used to have a roommate, and we lived in a 1-bedroom in Midtown. It was I just want to be in the city, but it was too expensive. So I was like, well, we'll just fucking build a wall.
Yes.
We put like a wall up.
I know all about it. The wall was I had a wall over here.
Yeah, and it was not smart for when one of us hooked up. You just heard the whole. It sucked.
Dude, we had that going where we had a roommate, and he, by the end, he was so checked out. We won't say his name, you know him, but we had a roommate in here, and by the end, he was so fed up with just living, which, you know, it's not the way a human being lives,
No,
right?
of course not.
And shortly, like a month before he moved out, you know, he used to he would hook up at night, everybody's sleeping or everyone's gone, whatever, during the day. Dude, he just started fucking out there, like in the living room, but there's like walls, and it would just be like 9 a.m. in the morning. Eldis, and then what's funny is Eldis doesn't give a fuck. Like normally it would be like that'd be like a Cold War where people are like, can you believe it? This motherfucker. Eldis would be making a fucking omelet, watching Miami Vice. That was because they used to play Miami Vice like 9 a.m. on Vice, right?
Yeah.
And Eldis's little ritual was make an omelet and watch Miami Vice before work. And our roommate is just in there.
Oh my god! I think I know who this is.
Yeah.
That's also not on me. That's on him. Because it's like, okay, man.
You don't fuck in the common area.
10:30, 11 p.m. I'll be respectful. I'll go to my fucking room. But 9 a.m. I gotta go to work. I gotta get this breakfast off. You know,
I
he's
don't
the
think-
one. He's the one fucking at the crack of dawn.
I don't think it's on anyone to be honest.
It's just humans aren't meant to live this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had so many roommates at once in this city, and it's like it's exhausting. You're just like you're not supposed to. I've done the 4 in the 2-bedroom.
Oh,
I've done.
yeah.
But you put the walls up, and they're not even real walls.
They're not.
They're like
They're
up to
cardboard,
like here, and you're like,
there's a little space for sunlight. But there's also, guess what? You can hear someone get fingered through that space as well.
and you can look too.
Yeah. I'm on Eldis's shoulders.
It's like a bathroom stall.
Snacking on a piece of bacon on a step stool.
I remember I had one Craigslist rando in Brooklyn, and he had such anger problems.
Oh my God.
And it was hilarious. I guess he had a girl he was dating, and he was just like, "Listen, you fucking bitch!" It'd be like 7 a.m. and I would wake up to him being like, "Balls in your court, babe. Balls in your court." I'd be like, "Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking unhinged." But you're like, I was like scared to rattle him because I was like, this guy's. And then he would like hit pans. He'd be like angry. I'd be like, it's like 7 a.m., dude.
Dude, I know. I mean, I've been that piece of shit anger problem roommate.
We all have, but
I know how it goes. Where one time in college, my friend was literally letting me use his printer, and it wasn't printing, and I was running late for I had to turn it in, and I'm literally just like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." And then he comes and he's like, "Were you just hitting my printer?" And I was like, "No." Just the printer is fucked up. He heard me do it, and it's not printing. And I was like, "No." Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go to the library to print out my paper. Just lying to his face with irrefutable proof. He heard me go, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "You fucking piece of shit."
Well, you have a great bit in your new special. I won't give it away, but where you're screaming at that woman,
losing it,
and then it kind of is revealed that you're the asshole. It's like, I love that. I love that because it's like not a lot of comics are like, "I was wrong." You don't see a lot of the comics who are like, "Here's the thing my girlfriend said that actually made sense," and then I have a problem.
Right.
She was like, "She's a crazy bitch," myself included. I do it too.
Yeah.
But it's rare to hear people like own up to their shit.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm much better about it now. But I have anger problems where, you catch that. My dad had a hilarious, over the top anger problem.
Yeah.
And I think you just can't help but pick that shit up. You're like, oh, this is how a man deals with emotions. When you're a fucking baby, you're like, oh, okay, I see. When you put hole through the fucking door. Yeah, it's when you have a minor disagreement with your wife, it's time to throw the VCR out the window. That's what you're like, okay. Other people are those are my lessons. Other kids were watching Barney. I'm watching my dad just fucking couple VHS tapes straight from Greece. But
it's awful. And you realize we all do this for a reason. I mean, you just weren't heard, or you watched something that you shouldn't. And I had good parents, and but every parent fucks up. And I brought my mom to the Comedy Cellar recently. Huge mistake. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Am I going to get a good crowd? Of course not. Of course I don't. A drunk woman's talking my entire set on the left side of the room. My mom's on the right. My mom's older. Her hearing's not great. She doesn't hear a woman interrupting and I'm in the middle of a long story, so I have to just kind of power through.
Oh, I hate that.
And I get the payoff. I hit it, whatever, I'm out. And then I'm like, "You're going to talk the whole show?" And the manager goes over to shush her, and then I kind of zing her a few times, whatever. I get off stage. The first thing my mom says to me as we're walking out, "You're so mean." You're mean. I'm just like, the manager Val hears, and she walks over and she's like, "He handled it very well. That's actually what you have." And my mom's like, "I just think you're mean."
It was rude, Samuel.
My mom is siding with a drunk heckler over her son. That's revealing in some way. You're a liar. You're wrong. I remember I might even told this story in the pod, but I got assaulted in fucking Vermont. A person broke a pint glass over my head. And I remember when my mom heard about it, my uncle was like, "There's no way he didn't provoke it." Yeah. There's no way. I was like, "I really did." There's no way.
Yeah.
Not the uncle you met, my other uncle.
Oh, he's the man.
Rob is cool.
Dude, shout out to Uncle Rob.
Yeah.
That guy fucking rules.
Stav's met one of my uncles.
Yeah.
But
we got it in, dude. We were drinking brewskis at Magoobies with Uncle Rob, dude. We were getting fucked up there and DC.
But
I hung out with Rob a couple times.
Rob's
dude.
a good dude. Yeah, we're close. He's very similar
he's
to
the
me
man,
in
dude.
a lot of ways.
Yeah, he looks. You look just
alike.
like him. Yeah, he's the man. Shout out to Uncle Rob. Bring him to if he's around, bring him to Dude, fuck! I should have robbed some tickets when I was in Baltimore.
I bet he would have come. Yeah.
Fuck,
damn!
dude.
I should have thought of that.
That's all right. Next time, dude. That's so that is so fun. Also, though, from what I know about your mom, it doesn't seem like just any comedy club is her environment anyway.
No,
you know what I mean?
So.
Yeah, your mom's like an artist, right?
Yeah,
Your mom's like a Manhattan lady, artist.
She's not. It's
high society, not high society, but like high
Is
class.
David Sedaris performing tonight?
Oh yeah, your mom's the type of person who loves humorists.
Yeah, my mom wishes it's not impressive that I fucking Netflix special, none of that. She's like, do you think you could get in Shouts and Murmurs in the New Yorker? That's the peak of comedy.
The funniest thing in the world to your mom is like a gay man wryly raising his eyebrow.
Yeah, not gonna work.
Yeah, that's so funny. So what I do want to hear? Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
I was gonna say, of course, after she left, and I was like, ugh. I go on at the Village Underground. It's like the hottest crowd ever. I'm like, of course.
Yes.
Of course you
That's how
couldn't
it's
give me
gonna
this
work.
universe.
Yeah. Yeah, it is always like, I do think, my hypothesis on artists is like, you have one nurturing parent and one parent that you're always trying to prove it to on some level. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there's a little bit of that. But, I was just curious. I want to hear more about all these fucking bullshit roommate situations, because it is funny to think about, because you grew up here.
Yeah.
So it's like most people have that experience of like, you move to New York and all right, well, I know I'm going to have bullshit living situations.
Yeah.
It's funny to go from like a nice apartment with your family, like growing up somewhere nice.
I know.
And then having to be like, I've never thought about that. You have to slum it and you just move
you're young, so you just expect it to slum
I guess
it a little.
because you went from home to, you go to college, right?
Yeah.
And you're, that's Tulane Sammy, right?
Oh yeah, you're in the room with one other dude. Your beds next to each other.
New Orleans.
I had the worst roommate there. I hated him.
All right, let's do it. The Sam Morril roommate saga, starting in college.
Hated him. He was I could tell it'd be a problem.
What's the reason you went to Tulane again? It was something funny, right? It was like you couldn't get it. You just wanted to go to a party school, or what was it?
I think I was like, well, this it'll be good for me to leave. I was so New York that I was like, and of course I leave. And I'm like, this is not good for me. Oh, it'll be good for me to leave. I get there. A small hurricane's hitting the school. It's called Hurricane Katrina. I don't think it's going to be big. Oh, okay. I swear to God, that's what I said. This happens every August. We'll leave for like 3 days. So we drove my family dropped me off, and they were like, we'll drop you off at school. And then they're like, well, I guess we have to evacuate, but it's like, you'll go back, and we'll drive to Texas. We'll be there for 3 days, and then you'll go back. I didn't go back. I went back, but not that semester.
So crazy. So your first semester, you think do you have your shit in the dorm room or no?
Yeah. Oh no, not even, because
God.
I had my bags, but like we took them. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's
fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I had
so wait, I'm sorry, you stay in Texas, and then they're like, yeah, go ahead home.
Yeah.
Really? You were just like,
well, we didn't even have to get their word. We're like, you turn on the news, you're like, yeah, it's underwater.
Yeah.
It's not. So that was bad.
Holy fuck,
it sucked. It was a terrible. You think of that time.
And yes, of course, you're the biggest victim of Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah. Oh my God, a white man from New York.
It robbed you.
Yeah.
It robbed you of your your first semester, freshman year.
Yeah.
So you had to just go. So you got kind of like a gap fall.
Yeah.
You were just fucking around in New York.
I did some classes at Columbia because they just would take anyone anywhere. If you were at Tulane, they're like, well, you can just come here and we'll transfer your credits anywhere. They were like, whatever.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So yeah, so I was, and then I went back to Tulane, and I was at this roommate who was, I could tell I was gonna like him. He was like a party guy, but not the type of party guy I am.
Right.
He was like the bitch of the frat. He was rushing, and I wasn't. Frats just didn't really. They didn't really come after me. I wasn't really like. I would drink for free at them while I could. But then, but the one that courted me was one called Deke, and I was like, let me do some research, and I'm like, shut down for blackface at a parade. Think I'm gonna have to pass on Deke.
Not even like leaked photographs at a private event. These guys are getting ready. They're like in the mirror. I'm gonna look so good at the 4th of July parade.
It was bad, and then I had this guy. He would just get tortured. So the frat he rushed was called Pike, and they were just dangerous. They were like, you could tell bad kids. They were years later, kids I knew from this frat. I didn't know him well. I knew him like in passing, hey, how are you? I saw them on CNN because they dumped boiling water on a kid as hazing. You guys know the funny prank? Water? You guys know the funny prank where you give a kid 3rd-degree burns?
Where you treat a child like it's like it's siege warfare in the Middle Ages, like he's a Cossack trying to breach your walls. You pour boiling water on him.
They do softer shit in Guantanamo than New Orleans.
That's
terrible.
Insane, dude.
They're horrible. And then I had this kid who was like the bitch of that frat where they just tortured him. He would like come back covered in like crab oil and shit. And then I remember he had the worst, our beds were like right next to each other. I remember he had the worst ringtone of all time. It would just be that Sean Paul song. Remember, we be burning. It was either that or like Glue. It was like one of those awful. And I'm like, I fucking hate this kid.
Do not shit talk Sean Paul in this house. We be burning, not concerning, that nobody wanna say. Glue is one of the most romantic songs I've ever heard in my life. That's gonna be my first dance at my wedding.
Yeah,
it's like
but
to hear that. That's a tough ringtone.
That's a tough one to get because they would just call him all night and be like, "Show up and do shit for us."
Pledge, my ball hairs are looking a little long. Pledge, I need you to trim them with your teeth.
It was awful. That kid was awful.
Oh my god!
Of course, these dudes always like staying. They of course, when things start to go well, they start hitting you up like, "Things are going well. We should grab a brewski."
Yeah.
Always. But you know what else he would do? He would dip. I mean, it's the South. He would dip.
Freshman year, though, to dip is a little early.
Yeah, it's gross.
As an 18-year-old, 19-year-old dipping.
In the South.
I guess that's true.
He would dip.
I guess I was smoking cigs at that age.
Yeah, same. But he would dip, and it was like...
That's tough to find that water bottle. Yeah.
And then what do? You're too lazy to go to the bathroom as a freshman, so... you just take your...
You just have bottles of dip.
Dip it in. Put your you're like, oh, just rinse with this. His dip all the fucking time.
I would kill myself.
I hated him.
I would fucking, that's fucking wild.
There was a bunch. Yeah, there was a bunch, like early stand-up years too, like...
So you were only there, but you didn't stay in Tulane, right?
No, I ended up going to NYU.
Yeah, you after how long? 1 year or one semester or what?
I guess it was 2 years in New York.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
But how long were you in New Orleans?
A year and a half.
Year and a half, nice, dude. Okay, yeah. So you just had that motherfucker. What was the Gnarl and Snatch looking like for you? Did you get slurped off at Tulane?
A little bit. I was seeing a girl for a while who's fucking nuts, dude. I can. Oh god, this girl's so crazy, dude. It's not good. She actually reached out recently. I want to read you the text because they're unhinged. They're legitimately
like the recent ones are unhinged.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
You know when you're young and you're dating someone and you don't realize, and I don't want to sound like one of those dudes who's like, she's crazy, but she really like something is deeply off.
Yeah.
Child of two psychiatrists, which is never.
I
mean, it's like you ever like a senator's kid. You're fucked.
Yes.
You're just fucked.
Pastor's kid, like a priest's kid. Forget about it.
Or just a kid around pastors.
Yeah. You're literally fucked instead of.
But she sent. I got to read you some because she gave me a call and it was like one of those calls where.
This is somebody you dated when you were 20.
Yeah.
And they recently reached out.
Yeah. Block number, of course. I think it's Dave Attell, so I pick up. Oh. Who's the only guy who calls me from a block number? It's Dave Attell. So I'm expecting like my favorite comedian. And instead I get her. And I pick up.
That's one of the worst.
Yeah.
The fall off between expectations and reality. You're like smiling and then you're like,
what?
I would love to just have a silent like image of the 10 seconds of your face realizing what's happening.
Yeah. So, it was bad. And she was like one of those narcissists, like would fuck with me. Like, you know what she did? She's actually the reason I met my biological father because she used to do those like faux psychological tactics of like, we'd be arguing and she'd be like, who are you really yelling at?
Oh my!
And I'd be like, I guess it's because I haven't met my biological father. and then I meet him, I'm like, oh, I'm way worse off. This guy's insane.
Oh my god!
Who are you really yelling at? I was like, wow, you fucking manipulator.
Deep.
Yeah, she would do that, and then Her parents were always
Are you
nice
mad at
enough
me,
to
or are you mad at your father for sucking off your roommate with crab oil, for licking the crab oil off your roommate's dick?
I mean, my biological father, he's like, we be burning.
Hello, the son I kept in my life. How are you doing? I love you and cherish you and can't wait to go to the Yankee game with you later. I'm so happy I got to focus all my fatherhood energy on just you. Anyway,
well,
what were you
he turned out
saying?
fucked up too. So
really?
There's your social experiment. Well, both of us, whatever. But
yeah, is it nature or nurture? It's both.
It's
if
both.
your genes are fucked up enough, it's both.
Yeah. So then, I remember. So she contacts me, and I pick up the phone, and she was like, "It's me. That's all. It's me."
Oh,
As
God.
if like.
When's the last time you had talked to her?
Okay, so I think 10 years ago, she messaged me and I never responded. It was 12 years ago.
Wow.
Because it was 2011, and I remember only because remember those like bracket style March Madness competitions we did?
Yes, of course.
It was me, Soder, Adam Newman, and Nick Cobb, and we were in. It was the New York Daily News that had a piece on us. Like, are these the 4 funniest in New York? Like, of course not. But it was a nice thing to write. Yeah. And the finals are at Caroline's, Oh,
Caroline's March Madness.
Yeah, we had to go head to head on stage. I would call it 8 Mile for Jews. That was like my big opener. And so,
dude, sorry to interrupt. Joe Pera had one of the funniest things I've ever seen on one of those, where he was like, "It's about to get crazy over here," and then he had a Z. He had a magnetic Z, and he put the Z over the S in Caroline's, and it was just like.
Wow.
And it was like, and then I think it was Joe. I don't want to. I hope I didn't misattribute that to somebody else's great
hilarious.
bit. But I think it was Joe Pera because Joe's not gonna. That's not his just jokes out of the joke. But he just figured out a way to be hilarious in that context, and he just put Caroline's.
Well, it's tough for a guy like that because Joe's so funny, but that's like a different energy.
Totally.
But we did that, and I remember she messaged me because it was at Caroline's, and she was like, "Well, me and my mom will be there," and it's God. We haven't talked since we broke up.
So you dated her in New Orleans or New York?
New York, but we were like long distance for a minute.
Oh, I see. And then I thought this was a girl from you met at college.
No.
Oh, you were seeing her. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, it makes more sense that way.
And then she's like, "We'll be there," and of course I didn't respond. I was like, "I don't want to reconnect." You're not owed to reconnect with an ex. I don't wish you bad or anything. But
but you're out of my life. Yeah, and it's also been a decade. Or no, I guess at that point it was probably like 4 years, 5 years.
More. It was more probably, but yeah, I guess 5 years.
Yeah.
And I just didn't respond, and then she was like, more messages, no response. Then finally, "Well, it's clear you don't want us there, and I guess we'll call Caroline's and beg for a refund." And I was like, "Wow, that's insane. This is weird. You made this about you somehow."
Yeah, exactly. Guilty for no fucking reason.
So then she contacts me and was like, "It's me," and I was like, "Oh, who?"
So you're telling me that's the last because in my head you're telling me the story and I'm like, oh, Sam dipped in, got his dick sucked every 3 years, and that's why.
No, you didn't. Not since I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't fall
because I can't say the same of fucking my exes.
Look, I've done it other times in my life. It's happened, but this time I was actually good. I obeyed the law of breakups. And so then she calls and is like, "Well, can you talk later?" Which is like, it's literally like if a fucking cockroach came from behind your fridge and was like, "We'll reschedule." It's not. It's you. Yeah. I don't want to reconnect with you. It's fine. So then she writes me. I mean, I can read some of them. They're fucking insane. Oh my God. But I don't want to. It might take a while. I don't want to eat up your pod.
You can fucking read a good one. Let's dip in.
We'll dip in because it does get kind of saucy.
That's crazy.
We'll change her name for the sake of this.
Of course, change her name.
Let's call her Melinda.
Give us Melinda, the bitch from what was that? Wicked. Was that one? Was Melinda the witch? I don't know. Glenda, Belinda. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Hey, sorry, it's Melinda again. I'll say Melinda. Can I call you back or something? Separate text, please. Separate text.
What the
Sam,
fuck?
it's Melinda. Separate text. What time should I call?
This is a person you dated in college,
I would say about, like 16 years ago.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
Wait, these are the recent ones.
Yeah. I haven't changed my number. That's my fault. Have you changed your number?
I have because I was doxxed. But it turned out to be a good thing because I got to like kind of reshuffle. I'm thinking about a fresh change, honestly.
It's good.
I'm thinking
it's
about
like a new life.
Yeah. It does feel kind of nice.
But that's 4 different personalities at once. Okay,
that's insane.
So it gets better. I haven't answered. I just have a very quick question. Trust me, please. I don't.
Trust me. What?
Trust me. It's like this is all crazy.
I don't know you anymore.
It gets better. I just. I have a very quick question. I write, can you text it? And she writes, I'd rather not. Don't worry, it's nothing salacious. Like at all, I promise. I write back, text is the only option. Clearly I have to set boundaries. Text is the only option.
Respect.
She writes back, oy vey. Man. Are you available for a few minutes right now? Even if it's over text, I write back, 2 min max. Any more, I will block you. I'm busy.
Wow, respect.
She writes, block me, oh dear. Okay, that's such a strange thing to say to me, but the reason I've reached out is because you know how you're performing at MSG on November 4th? I mean, so yeah,
yes.
We taped already, but like, I know that I'm doing it.
I do know that I'm doing that.
Yeah. I'd love to come. I sent you a message about it on social media, but I'm not sure if you got it. Anyway, /question is, would you be okay with that? With me coming to your show?
It's like, bitch, it's a 5,000-seat theater. Buy a ticket. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's where it goes. But I say, I write back, wouldn't make a difference to me. It's a pretty big venue. Which I think is a pretty clear, you're pretty concise, right? Yeah. She writes back, that sounds kind of mean. I'm not sure why. I just didn't want to intrude or anything. Intrude!
You're intruding right now.
Yeah, it's a fucking big venue. Whatever, it goes on for a while. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I was like, the next thing I did send her was a Ticketmaster link.
That's awesome.
Which I'm like, let's fucking, great. But it's like, holy shit. It's a long fucking exchange.
For somebody you haven't talked to, that's crazy.
It's crazy. You're lucky you changed your number. I should have done it. I should probably do it, but I'm fucking lazy.
Yeah. It is a little annoying to have to tell everyone like, hey, new number, whatever. But whatever.
It is annoying.
You get to, you don't get to have to talk to.
But you know what the problem with these scenarios is for me as a comedian, it is very hard to shut off situations that could be potentially bits. Or like,
this is why you're mentally ill, man. This is too far.
But I mean, part of me is like, this could end dangerously for me, but also like I could get a new 7-8 minutes out of this. I'm really weighing that.
Yeah. No, this woman could be holding me at knife point with like period blood war paint on her cheekbones, but if I survive, that's a tight 4.5.
You can do a remake of Misery, but you're James Caan. And it's just like a diehard Stavvy fan.
Yeah. Oh my God, I don't want to.
Maybe the twist is that she's really hot instead of Kathy Bates.
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm the fat one. And it's some hot woman who's mad I left Cumtown.
Record one more episode for me.
One more, please. You owe it to me. You owe it to the fans. Yeah, whatever you say. Just let me call my parent. Let me call the police, and then we'll do it. I'll do it. I promise. Look, I'm texting Adam right now. I'm on the group chat. Hey, boys, one more. Fuck, dude. Yeah, that fucking sucks. But
once it gets to emails, it's easier to wean off. Text, when you move from text to emails,
and the longer you've been clean from fucking them, the easier it is. You know, like it's
a drug.
It does feel nice when you're in a relationship and you're like, oh, they have no power over me.
Yeah.
Like, these texts mean nothing to me. I spit in these texts' face.
The second the girl you're with, though, dumps you, you immediately respond. I mean, I guess I could meet for a drink.
Hey, just saw this. Hey, my bad. Just been busy. Just saw this. Yeah, I'm free. Yeah, I was free 8 weeks ago, and I'm actually free in 1 hour.
You're literally writing the text as your girl's breaking up with you. You're like, that's awful. Okay, let me just get this.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's nobody's fault. Nah, it's just these things do kind of just happen.
I do have that feeling. So I'm at the age now with breakups where like we have less time. We're older. We're like more seasoned. As a girl's like ending it with me now, I'm more just like, all right, well, time to make some noise this next round. Let's get up some context.
Like, which one of my boys is single? It does feel like we've never really overlapped when we're not constantly on tour.
I know. But that would be fun, dude.
I know. Believe me, it would be.
And maybe next year. Maybe things will fall apart.
No, because once they fall apart, shit'll just start going good for me. That's how the world works, man.
It works.
That's just always how it fucking works.
Hit those fucking bars, man.
I know. I do feel like, but I'm getting in the zen. I'm getting into the zone. I think I'm gonna have a couple wholesome months in Baltimore. Just chill out.
Train with your bro.
But the thing I was saying is I pushed the tour back to October, next year's tour, and I'm just gonna stay off the road for the whole beginning of the year. I've talked about taking time off, and I'm actually finally gonna do it.
Good for you.
And watch like some other awesome thing will happen. And it'll be like, I guess I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have to be, I was like, all right.
Martin Scorsese is you're perfect for my next project.
Yeah. Or hopefully shit goes a little bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a little dip so that I could chill out. But
I'm not taking time off. I'm going back to clubs for a while to hone this special, which I'm taping in March. So.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's good though. I'm sorry.
City.
You're doing clubs to do this, to get ready for the special?
Just to get reps.
How many fucking clubs, dickhead? You don't need that many reps. The hour's already good.
Yeah.
You need clubs to work the new hour. Sometimes.
Well, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do new shit while I do.
All right.
Don't do it.
Sometimes you make me want to fucking.
No, I'll write new shit while I'm doing that, so I can do it at the end.
Yeah. I think the move is to just record, but give yourself like not maybe 6, but 5 months between recording and releasing.
Wow.
So that little gap is when you hit the fucking clubs and
I
work
can't
on
wait
new
that
stuff.
long, but I a lot of it's like I feel like I want to just get it out because it's been a while for me. But I also like I'll use the clubs to work on new shit for sure.
That's what I'm doing. I think I'm doing a tour at some point later in 2024, but I do think I'll probably do like. The other thing is I miss just living in New York and being here for long stretches and like doing pop-up shows here. Just fucking working my shit out here. And then also in Baltimore, right? Like we got a couple of clubs in Baltimore, little clubs. I can work some shit out there, do Magoobies for old time's sake on a random day. And then if I feel like it, I'll just do a club in a city I want to visit and work on material. But I just don't. I need to take a little fucking time.
Those are the clubs I make. If I'm going back to those, they better fucking pay up.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones that, like, overly, when I was starting out, was like, we'll give you nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I love
to headline. We'll give you
looking at some of those emails and being like,
"Wait, is this the most recent offer, or is it?"
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this time where you offered me $300 and no travel to headline a Sunday? Is this the one I should be doing, or the one where I'm making a hysterical amount of money? But whatever. That's
this business. It's like it's either there's not really a middle.
There really is no middle class. It is just like you're unless you're in Austin and you just work Rogan's Club, who pays
he's taking
people,
good care of you.
Pays people an
Have you been there
amount.
Yet?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
It looks cool.
That's another. I think I am gonna go. Eldest, here's something I was thinking about. The place. Remember, because we are redoing Dallas, but maybe before Dallas, what if we rent that same house and have a little retreat?
Yeah.
It's because weather in Austin, January is actually nice. Like, you could hit a pool in January.
Which is the month where Ted Cruz runs to Mexico? Which is that month?
Oh, true.
Because there is a month that's weirdly bad, and
I think it's March.
Maybe it's March.
Because March is bad in San Diego too. Like, that shit is horrible.
Right.
Like, it's like places where the weather is awesome.
Fucking love San Diego.
March is usually dog shit from what I remember. Because I was in San Diego in March last time, thinking like, woo, hitting the pool, gonna be awesome, and it was dog shit. They call it like, I don't know, or maybe it's something gloom. What rhymes with gloom?
Gloom. Broom.
June,
I don't know.
Maybe it's June gloom. Was I there in June? No, June can't be bad.
When we were...
When were we in... Or were you even there? You weren't there. It was Ben. It was me, Ben, and the little guy. Me, Ben, and Evan.
Oh, when you were in Vegas?
No, dickhead, San Diego.
Where'd you play in Vegas?
That was February.
February, okay.
Yeah.
February was bad. February and March, I think, is the problem. Vegas, dude, Vegas was before I popped, so it was like, it was Wise Guys still.
Oh, nice.
I had an offer for, anyway, we'll probably hit Vegas later on. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Take your time, Elvis, you motherfucker.
Vegas is...
I do want to go back and just do a sick, like...
I'm there, I guess this comes out December. I'm there December 2nd, so...
Okay, so back in time.
Vitor hit me.
So
Vitor
2 days ago, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show.
But Vitor hits me up. He's like, let's wear suits. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's wear something kind of funny about it. I was like, fuck it.
No, totally, dude. You want to go... You want to fucking get on your Ocean's 11 shit.
Yeah.
You want to fucking... Yeah. You should wear... Shit, next time I do Vegas, I'll probably come out in like some sequin shit. Like, come out with sequin shit, maybe
like a gold
toupee. Like, good gold suit and a fucking toupee. And have my shit have like a big ass pompadour in Vegas. Come out, luck be a lady tonight. Come out, just start with a fucking show tune.
A Stavvy Vegas special would be kind of cool.
That would be cool, dude.
The only problem is Vegas, unless you're getting like the locals, the crowds aren't
crowds
great.
Aren't good.
The locals are good. It's just
That's what I like about Wise Guys. Because those, and you know what else I'll say about Vegas? That's why sometimes I kind of prefer midweek shows there. Yeah. Because the weekend crowd is tourists, but you go on a Tuesday or Wednesday, it's people that work service industry in Vegas that have the night off.
And they're good. Yeah, it's just hard to go against, like, you go to Vegas, you're going against, like, everything.
Chris Angel. Mind freak.
I'm like, yeah, why are my tickets so bad? They're like, Adele, Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Usher.
And Carrot Top. You're getting fucking crushed by Carrot Top. Like, all right.
The motherfucking Carrot. Dude, I don't want to talk shit on our beloved Comedy Cellar, but I did see a TikTok about... they were going through like the weirdest casino in Vegas.
The Rio?
Yeah. They're like, this place sucks, and then they're like, now there's a Comedy Cellar which is pretty cool. That was the TikTok, and it's showing you like the actual casino was fun. Some of those casinos are so fucking broke. Like
the Cellar's cool there, but the casino, the Rio sucks. It's like fucking like the rooms suck too. I remember I went there when they opened, and I was like, this was cool in maybe like the 70s.
Yes. It's
and that ain't not in like a vintage way. In a way like, no, they didn't update it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
No, I do. I am excited to.
Nothing worse than a bad casino. Like, there's nothing sadder and more soul-sucking. I remember doing all those fucking rooms like Reno and like, oh man, would that suck your soul?
Oh, dude, I do like gambling in a really shitty casino.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because it's like
cheaper.
You can play $5 hands of blackjack.
I love that.
You can play like $10 blackjack and you're just there all night. That's sick. That's fucking fun. We did that at
NOLA. It was fun as hell.
Now we played 20. Those cocksuckers were
$20
hands. You know how much money we lost so fast? We lost like each like $300 in like 5 minutes.
I guess that was pretty.
You were fucked up. Yeah. But it was fun. I should have brought Ari in here. That would have been fun.
Oh, Harry's Hard Dick Savages.
Yeah. Hank's Hard Dick Savages. Fuck, I should have texted him. He would have loved. He probably would have come and watched.
Stav's gas station.
Yeah.
We found a gas station.
Oh, we talked about it. We talked about it on the last one.
Did.
Shit, I should. I wonder if I text that bitch ass motherfucker now.
Can't believe it's been a year of Stavvy, baby, dude.
Dude, a year of motherfucking.
This put me in such a good fucking mood. I was so irritable. I'm like, New York is getting a little like intense right now. Like people in the street. I think it's the bike riding that's making me a little crazy.
Interesting.
Like we're just crossing the street in Manhattan. There's bikes just whizzing by. So the green light's no longer a green light.
You got to check. I know.
Old people I had a guy nearly hit me because he was on his phone today.
That's fucked.
And I go, what the fuck? And he goes, fuck you. And he keeps going. I was like, man, I got no anger out.
Yeah, he just owned you, dude. And he whizzes by, fuck you.
I was like, I got owned by this fucker. It sucks.
It sucks, dude. You know, I'm the guy saying, fuck you because I'm on a city bike too.
Do you city bike?
Oh, dude, I city bike all the time. Not only that, but you know what must be so frustrating? Because I'm on an electric city bike. I'm going fast as shit. And imagine getting owned by a guy who's so fat that there is no way he should be riding a bike fast, but with the help of electricity, he's zipping past you. People get so mad when I'm like, because I'm fucking whipping it, dude. I love riding those fucking
things. You're like Bowser in Mario Kart. You're just fucking...
Yes, dude. And
you hit a fucking mushroom.
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
But we never... Okay, so we literally started talking about your one a fucked up apartment, but I want to hear about
others.
Yeah, New York. Give me a couple bad roommate apartment situations.
There's one in Brooklyn.
Young Samuel.
Yeah, there was one with John.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine you living in Brooklyn. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
just the idea of you, like, I can only think of you in Manhattan.
The second I could afford it, I moved.
Yeah.
But
how many years did you live in Brooklyn?
I don't remember, honestly.
Like 2 max, probably.
I didn't. No, there was probably more but I didn't stay with. I was dating a girl for a while and lived in Manhattan. I slept there a lot.
Gotcha.
But just because of spots, you're just what can I do? How many?
Oh,
spots
dude,
can
believe
I do?
me, my college girlfriend, she went to grad school at GW in DC, and I feel so bad for her. She was a great girl, but like, I just love stand-up so much that I was like, sick, an apartment in D.C. to crash in and do open mics. And she would be like, she's having like a tough time at grad school. And I'm like, yeah, that's nice. I got to get to the Arlington Draft House to do 3.5 minutes about your pussy. I'm such a piece of shit, man.
Well, there was one of the apartments, John, there was this comic, John Powley, and he was a nice guy. But he ran a show. That's how I knew him. He ran a show called Buns and Puns at Arlo and Esme. It was a bad show. No, actually, the show was good. The concept was bad.
That name
it was
was
like
so bad.
He was one of those dudes that fell ass backwards into a hot show.
That was so funny when that would happen. When the worst part of a show was like the host.
Yeah,
which would happen in New York a good amount of times.
But he also was the reason people, like, he would walk up to people, he was my roommate, and he would walk up to people on the street and be like, come to my show on Sunday, and they'd be like, okay.
Wow.
He was that confident.
Interesting.
And people would show up.
Confident or like autistic?
Both. It was definitely both. Because I think, it was both.
Yeah.
But
that's good, though. You could harness that energy.
Oh, dude, the lineups in these shows were insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be on them, and it would be like, it'd be like Kumail.
Yeah,
It'd be like DeRosa.
Yeah.
It'd be like, a lot of people who.
Yeah, there was a golden age of bar shows, which.
Hannibal.
Dude, and maybe this is going to come back, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But there was a time where the bar shows, if you could just get 30 people in a room, you could have the best comedians in the world do your fucking show.
It was incredible. I mean, and that's what it was. But the show itself, it was called Buns and Puns. We would play 80s aerobics videos behind you when you're on stage, and then hand out homemade buns. That's what we'd hand out buns.
My God.
And people were like, "What the hell?" And then he would. So the video was distracting as hell.
Of course,
didn't help. And then he would hand out Jello shots, which was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a free shot. It was kind of fun.
No one's mad at that.
No,
dude, everyone loves a Jello shot.
He put a lot of work into the show.
Yes.
So even the shit he did that hurt the show, it was still a hot fucking show.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I definitely did it. But anyway, we were in this home, and he would just keep disappearing. So he would just keep. This was the one where it was like 4 of us in a 2-bedroom with walls, and he would just keep disappearing and subletting his room to random strangers.
Really?
So I would just come home and be like, "Who are you?" He'd be like, "Oh, I'm in John's room," and I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, just a guy you don't know.
Once he sublet it to a really hot chick.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up hooking up with her.
It all makes sense.
So, and he was like, he texted me, he's like, "I got you this month." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." I saw the girl, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Damn,
all right.
dude.
Pretty cool. She was very cool as well.
That's awesome.
But it's still weird to like hook up with your roommate.
But how long was she staying there?
A few months. He would disappear. He would take like odd jobs in Asia.
What?
He's a very weird guy. He had like a family business. He didn't really pursue comedy hard.
Yeah.
But
That's so funny.
It was weird.
He would go work on a fucking fishing vessel in Taipei.
It's a fishmonger.
Yeah. What do you mean he's taking odd jobs in Asia?
He was doing a lot of weird. He was doing weird shit.
Yeah.
But that was the guy. He'd bring in every once in a while. There'd be like there's a couple cool people that lived there, but then it would be like
a couple nightmares.
And every once in a while, you'd be like, this dude. But then we'd get like a random cool dude. So that was a weird one just because it was like the walls.
I know. And it's your home.
It was a tough one because that also like there was no walls. I don't remember. 25? It was like early 20s.
24?
No, yeah, something like that. Early 20s.
That's acceptable for that time of your life, though.
I was fine with it. I also was like so all in on comedy that like
exactly
that it was like I don't mind. Yeah.
Also, I will say, hot subletting roommate is actually the perfect scenario.
He looked out in that way.
Because the thing is, you don't want to fuck your roommate because you're stuck with her.
Yeah.
But like, there is that thing of like, if it's a stranger who's hot, like there is a camaraderie to being roommates. And like that is a really nice way to chip away at a hot woman and like have her like warm up to you in a very like easy, natural way. So, you know, he did do you solid.
She was just cool as hell. She was one of those people that was like, she did have a boyfriend. But,
so she was really cool. Sounds like she's a really good roommate.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Sam, I didn't do the dishes, but let me get you back.
I mean, basically. Yeah, I was scrubbing a lot of dishes.
Sam's doing all the chores. Whistling.
There was another one that I hooked up with that was another John hookup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I was also like, I think I liked her more than she liked me.
Yeah,
and then, it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
You
weird
were the
one.
clingy one?
I was clingy.
That's
It's
all
tough,
right.
though. It's tough not to be clingy when she's like right there. You're like, are we going to fuck again?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the common area. There's a vibe. Do we have to get drunk to fuck? I don't know the rules. I was trying to understand the rules of the house.
Right. Yeah, but house rules. We have to be drunk to fuck.
It's funny, like, the reason those shows like The Real World are so popular is because that's like so many people's actual life in their 20s.
Yeah,
Is you just
totally.
have a shitload of roommates and you're just maybe fucking some of them.
Of course.
That's why Friends is popular.
Yeah.
It's not the fucking writing.
No.
It's just it's like, oh, we're roommates and we hook
I
up.
get this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever... I mean, I haven't had that many roommates. They've all been my male best friends for the most part, so I don't think I've fucked
I've had
any
those
roommates.
too, but like... Yeah, I mean, you met John before a million times.
Yeah.
We've lived in a couple places together.
But that's not this John.
Different John.
Different John.
No, it's a different John.
John's cool. Yeah, I've met a couple of your roommates. They're cool bros. Chill blokes. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about... We know our roommate situation. I don't want to have to talk... You never fucked a roommate or anything like that, Eldest, right?
No, I only lived with girls like 1 year. Other than that, I've only lived with guys.
In that disgusting Bushwick apartment.
In Bushwick, yeah.
That's the thing the older generation doesn't understand. They're like, you're living with a woman that you're not dating.
Yeah.
It's like a hard thing to explain.
Yeah. They're like, but women are for fucking. They're not for...
My dad is Mike Pence. So I'm like, I don't,
They're not for cohabitating. I do think immigrants find it easier to wrap their head around it because, like, we lived with a girl, but she's like one of my best friends.
I met her,
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. She's also now a member of Stavvy Baby Enterprises. She's our logistics coordinator.
building a business, man.
Dude, with the whole team, all my former roommates work for me now.
But you're building something, man. It's cool.
No, it's awesome. But yeah, that is. I love. It's so funny. It's just hilarious. In my head, I cannot fathom you getting off the train in Brooklyn and sleeping there. That's just so funny.
It was
to
a
me.
different. It was a different me.
Do you think you would ever not live in Manhattan at any point in your life?
It'd be really hard for me because I just like the convenience of it. I mean, look, who knows? Maybe at some point in my life I had a family, but I don't think I would ever leave
Even
the
then,
city.
yeah, you wouldn't leave the city.
Maybe I could. Yeah,
maybe
I
then
could
you're
see
going to Brooklyn
or something.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't want. I'm fine sacrificing space for just convenience.
Yeah, I can't see you in the fucking suburbs is crazy.
I would
to
kill
me.
myself.
Yeah,
I would legitimately kill myself.
Even like Westchester, like I can't imagine.
The silence is noise to me.
yeah.
That silence actually freaks me out.
Yeah.
Whereas like the noise in New York is unless it's the fucking current noise. in my apartment.
Yeah.
I would.
I know this
oh my
motherfucker's
God.
got elders. This motherfucker has had. They've been jackhammering his window for 8 months. Basically.
No, I think 14.
14.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I'm losing
God.
my mind, and they're literally jackhammering it. So my apartment's been vibrating, and the building management doesn't give a fuck. And I write all these emails that are polite, and then the one time I write ahem in all caps, they do a reply all. So I'm like, now everyone thinks I'm fucking crazy. They know how to get me.
They got your ass. Dude.
They got me.
Are you saying you said it's vibrating now?
I hate it.
Here's what you do: you stick a fucking suction cup dildo on it, and then put it up your ass because they have to look at it. The window's right there.
I'm like, oh fuck.
And you're like, oh, like this too. So they see your dick and balls. You're like, oh, this is awesome. Keep doing this. That's your only way out, dude.
Well, the other thing that's crazy is my girlfriend will wake up before me and she just like opens the blinds everywhere. That's like her ritual.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wake up at 8:30, but it takes me a while to get going.
Yeah.
And I just walk in to the room in my underwear. And I just see these dudes just like staring at me. I'm in like tight undies. And that's my every morning. It's just dudes like looking at me and I'm just like, fuck
dude.
you.
So you're gonna have to take one for the team.
It makes
Put a
me
dildo
mad.
up your ass. Front ways. And get on your back and fuck yourself with a vibrating dildo.
I go
and make them look at you, jackhammer.
It's just me getting fucked in the ass. It goes viral. I put my tour dates at the end. I'm like, look, I gotta move some tickets, dude. I'll be in Buffalo.
I'll be in Buffalo.
just getting blasted. God, no, it really. That's the thing about New York is like, no matter people like, I just did. Big Cat and PFT's show.
Love those
and they're
guys.
like, are you worried that like success is gonna ruin your comedy? I'm like, I'm never not irritated.
Yeah.
That's the thing about living in New York is like, I guess you're a little more removed in Astoria.
Yes.
But in the city, like I'm trying to fucking recruit you and I'm talking. No, it's great. Dude.
Yeah,
You should move down.
No, I do want to for a couple of years at
I
least.
think I'll get you down there.
No, I do want to.
We'll have such a good. We'll go to Knicks games.
I think I'm gonna try and like start looking at places like late winter, early spring.
I will look
next
with you,
year.
dude.
Yeah,
I'll meet you.
I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do a little Baltimore sabbatical in the winter.
Yeah,
and then I think I'm gonna, at least if I can get a good place, because I'm okay spending a little money because I've been frugal for the entirety of my life. So it's like if I splurge a little bit, splurge on a nice place. But anyway, we'll figure it out. Elders, what do you say we do a couple fucking questions? Me and Sammy we gotta order some Greek food. We gotta watch basketball. We got a full night
so happy
ahead of us.
It is like a weird relief to cancel cellar spots and just fucking chill.
Just chill,
watch
bro.
hoops with you.
Chill, watch hoops. Get some fucking Greek food.
Unless Este's listening, in which case I'm very sick suddenly.
And Israel's never done anything wrong. Just cut. Now, please don't listen to any other podcast I've ever done.
I won't either.
Hit us with some fucking questions, Big LD.
Yo, Stav. So
No, it ain't playing, bitch.
Yo, Stav. So I'll cut right to the chase. I have been dating this girl for about 6 months. It's been going fucking awesome. I love her. Like, it's been really, really great. And pretty soon we're wanting to move in with each other.
That's cute.
Move in together. And it's great. There's one concern that I have, and it's kind of a weird one, and I don't know how to bring it up.
Okay.
Because her and her family, when I've gone over to their place, they made a thing about not flushing like toilet paper, and like they have like wipes and shit.
What?
And they don't flush the wipes. They like wrap it up in more toilet paper and then put it in the trash can, and that's fucking disgusting to me. And the first time that I said like, oh, this is kind of weird, like kind of joking about it, she seemed weirded out that I thought it was weird. Like she thought that this shit was normal, or I don't know, it might be normal, it might be like, I don't know. But I don't want shit in my fucking trash can. I've been thinking about maybe going the bidet route or something like that.
Really interesting.
I really don't.
Have you ever considered Tushy? Yes, that's right. We urge you to go the bidet route with Hello Tushy bidets. We love our Tushy bidet here at Stavvy's World. And look, we all have to deal with it. Our caller is dealing with it, right? Relaxing dumps, they're great. But dealing with the aftermath? Not so much. Wiping only spreads poop around, my friend. Give yourself the ultimate clean and turn your bathroom into a personal oasis with the refreshing stream of clean water from a Hello Tushy bidet. We love them. We got them. You could eat off my ass pipe after I've taken one of the messiest dumps you've ever seen in your life. Listen, these boys, we got a couple thoroughbreds in the studio right now. Sam, he's a messy. I've seen the aftermath of some of his stuff. disgusting, okay? Everyone in this studio takes fat dumps, and everyone in the studio has clean holes despite being very fat, being fat and hairy and large. Having one of the loosest, most used up butts in all the land, just can't handle dairy, can't handle anything. Still clean. We all love Tushy, okay? Keeps me feeling fresh. And look, you don't like Tushy, that's all right. You think you're not going to like it, you will. But every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return. Come on. Scroll down, you fucking dumbass. Make your post-dump experience even better with their precision nozzle adjuster. I got it targeted right in the hole. Sometimes I feel like I get it so directly it's coming out of my nose. And listen, even if you're some kind of loser that doesn't enjoy this product, which you won't be, we love it. But let's say you are. I'll take the judgment off it. Every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return policy and a 12-month warranty. So join the over 1 million real pooping humans who have made the switch. Do it right now, folks. Hello Tushy is offering our listeners an exclusive limited time offer of 15% off your first bidet order plus free shipping. Go to hellotushy.com/Stavvy for 15% off all bidets. That's hellotushy.com and enter promo code STAVVY at checkout. See site for details.
I don't know how to bring it up to her because it feels uncomfortable. Because clearly she thinks that this is normal. So just, let me know, Stav. Appreciate you, man. Love the pod. Also, hello, guest as well.
And we got you in there, too.
I mean, that's... First off, how much time are you spending with her?
Anyway,
family?
bye.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that big a problem, right?
I know. Like, do you live with her family?
Unless she's doing that, because that is gross as fuck to me.
I think that's what he's saying. Like, it's just a part of her life. She hasn't known anything else. And
get a bidet. I have a bidet.
It's a Tushy, and I love it.
You got it. Bidets are better anyway.
Well, I will say this, right? I actually think I can provide a little context here. Eldest, maybe you can too. In Europe, in Greece, people do not flush the pipes are not good enough to flush toilet paper. In Greece and in a lot of places in Europe, you're not supposed to flush toilet paper. You're supposed to put it in a bag and throw it out. Like, that's just a way of life. That's just reality. And in fact, when I was growing up, we had kind of shitty pipes. And because my parents were both from Greece, we did that growing up. Now, I could never go back. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Like in my personal life. But I don't know if is this girl like foreign. That's a possibility. But either way, you got to be like, hey, unless we have like plumbing issues, can you please just flush the
I think the bidet will solve this. I think you just get her on it feels
definitely
better.
Get a bidet. Definitely get a bidet. Definitely get a Tushy bidet. You can use promo code Stavvy.
Or just, any bidet.
No. Again, edit every time Sam says anything that's not effusive praise of the Tushy.
I honestly don't get why it's not more common. Like, you go to an airport bathroom and you take a shit. Sometimes you have to. You're like, this toilet paper is like paper thin.
Japan and Korea, public bathrooms have a fucking bidet. It's incredible.
It's more clean.
Yeah, definitely get a bidet. This shit is weird. She cannot. That's just fucking insane for her to behave this way. But get the bidet, and then look. If it really is an issue, be like, hey, I would appreciate it if you just flushed the toilet paper.
Yeah, I find
at least in my place. You can just be like, look, it's my place. You could at least say that.
I think it's fucking gross.
But that is fucking gross. If you're doing it as a choice, that's crazy. Now, wipes, you're not supposed to flush wipes.
There's flushable wipes.
You're not even that's
really?
Fake. You're not supposed to do that. That fucks your pipes up bad.
Well, I'm fucking up every hotel I go to.
Yeah,
I bring that shit on the road.
Hotels, they can suck my dick.
I do that. I like to trim my pubes at the hotels.
Oh, that's smart.
Sprinkle those pubes over their toilet bowl. Leave a little extra tip for housekeeping. I'm messing up my bowl.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Even just shaving in general, it's annoying to get your shit in.
I'm on the road tomorrow, baby.
Yes, there are perks to the road life. Yeah, go the bidet route. Tushy's promo code Stav. Sam's silence Do not comment on that. And next question, Elders.
Hey, Stavvy. Hey, Eldest. Hey, guest. Whatever beautiful degenerate you happen to be today. I've got a real quick one for you. So I've been working at this company for 4 to 5 months now. It's been going great. And this past weekend, we had our company anniversary party. And I have this coworker who we get along great. We work well together. The lab runs super efficiently whenever we're working together. So it's definitely not a relationship I'm looking to damage. She does toe the straight and narrow a little bit for my taste. She likes to toe that line.
Interesting.
However, she brought her sister to this company party, and me and her sister hit it off. We're ripping tequila shots, crushing plates of ribs. She's eating ribs like a walking around snack, which is a good old Midwestern boy that really did something for me. It looked like she wanted to go to the bars with us after, but my coworker went ahead and took them home. They had somewhere to be in the morning or something dumb. But anyway, I'm just wondering if the don't shit where you eat rule applies to family members of coworkers, or if it's okay to ask her for her sister's number. I definitely don't want to damage the relationship at work. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Love the show. If you could do this on a free episode, that'd be greatly appreciated. If it ends up working out, I'll definitely toss 5 at the Patreon and call back with an update. Yeah, appreciate you. Love the show.
All right. You lucked out. This is our big anniversary show, so this does happen to be free. This is interesting.
I think you're in the clear here. This is not a shit where you eat scenario. And before even asking for the number, I would like, if you're cool with her, I would feel it out. I would be like, man, your sister, that's one hot piece of ass. Maybe I'm paraphrasing. You can find better language.
Yeah. But your sister was great. Yeah. Be like, oh, your sister was so fun. And then take her temperature. Is she like, oh, she loved you.
Exactly.
Or you could also tell, though, is she kind of weird and cold about it? It's like, oh, yeah.
He does say this coworker, he's like, she's on the straight and narrow, so she sounds like kind of like a whack, like fucking type A. Like,
sure.
Fucking proud employee or something.
Right. But at the same time, feeling her out is, I think that's step one.
Yeah.
But when did he call in, Elders? Oh, okay, yeah. By the time this fucking guy gets this answer, he'll
fuck it up with his sister.
Yeah, he'll have pulled his cock out at the office.
You think your sister would like this?
You know her better than me. I want to be a gentleman. I don't want to show her. I don't want to send her a dick pic she's not gonna like.
It is. I've been in that scenario where like someone the sister, there's like a vibe, and you're like, I think it's okay. I think as long as it's not...
It's okay, but you're on thin ice.
You're on thin ice. You just have to tread carefully, but I think you're in the clear here. I think this is like... And if you felt the vibe and you're ripping shots and you're having clearly fun...
Yeah, well, I would also ask our friend here, you are okay, but it can still be negative. It can still fuck things up. Not quite as bad as if you were dating her, but it could fuck up your relationship with your coworker. That is a possibility. It is still a risk.
Maybe.
If it goes really bad.
As long as you don't treat her horribly.
Sure, but I'm just saying that's at least on the table. Like, he's saying he doesn't want to fuck up the relationship with the coworker, right? So keep in mind, you are in the clear. This is like an 80-20. You're fine versus it could be bad versus when it's you fucked your actual coworker. It's almost like 65-35, you're gonna fuck it up versus it's gonna be good.
Maybe more.
Yeah, it's probably 90-10 if we're being honest. Yeah. But so just keep that in mind. Also ask yourself, was she actually into me? I would say just be sure. Take your coworker's temperature, but also, do you have any friends other friends that work at the office that were at the party? Because, like, there have been times we've all been guilty of being like, whoa, that girl was fucking into me. And then you talk to your friends, they're like, she was not into you, bro. She was like that. She was like that with everybody. I saw her sucking off Mark or whatever.
Yeah.
Bill and Mark had her, in their Acura after the thing. She's just a cool girl.
Yeah, there are those girls like that where they're like,
yeah.
And you're like, I'm fucking funny. Yeah, and you're like, then you see her talking to a homeless guy outside. She's like,
yeah. Exactly.
No, it's a tough one, but it seems like he's fairly aware.
I'm just saying, do your due diligence here.
But also, you run the risk with this. With the sister is kind of like, I guess the sister's your only lifeline here, but sometimes the sister's kind of like, maybe she's weird. I don't want to make it weird.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think if you had asked the sister for the number, like, part of my instinct almost says, like, leave the coworker out of it other than a temperature check. And then if she's like, oh, she loved you, then you could follow up. But if she's not immediately like, yeah, like super seems like she'd be on board, I almost feel like you have to figure this out yourself. Wait for some pictures from that night to come out. Is
That's
she
a good one.
tagged? You know what I mean? Like,
Also, but find a way, if you're vibing that night, it's always better if you find a way to get the number, even if in a professional way where you're like, oh, have you seen this? I'll send it to you. I'll send you the thing, you know?
But he has no... There's no professional way. Like, he has the coworker's number, but he does. But he needs the sister's number. You know what I mean?
But if you're drinking, there's a way, I think, to get it. If you're ripping shots, you're telling
it's
me you
over.
can't
This is
find
in the past.
No, I'm saying in the future, in this type of scenario, you got to find a way to get the number night of, I think.
Absolutely.
You got to find a way to be like, you know, if you're ripping shots, that's an environment where you can ask for a number.
I think so. So, I guess talking through it, what do you think about asking the coworker for the number? That feels a little...
I think
dicey to me.
I think that's pretty weird. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
what he really needs to ask himself is like, how does my coworker feel about me? And don't like delude yourself. Feel like, am I just some annoying asshole to her that she has to like work with every day? And you know, is she friendly to me or is she just nice because it's work or something? And let that be your guide. But I also think like, you know, get her involved as little as possible.
Yeah, I think you're fine if you hooking up with a coworker's sister is fine. I think maybe if you really want to be a bro, if you go on a date with her sister, be like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I took out whatever, I had a nice time." Like, but yeah, I would say you don't want to put your coworker in the position of like being your wingman in any way. You know what I mean? You don't want to put her in the middle of it.
But I think you the feel out. You say something subtle like what I would give to titty fuck your sister.
Yeah, something.
Gauge the temperature, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You're like, oh, check out these thumbs. Wouldn't they look cool in your sister's ass? Yeah, you play thumb war with her, and you're like, yeah, these thumbs are pretty strong. They'd be cool flicking your sister's clit.
You see how hard I'm working today at work? That's how hard I eat pussy.
And not to you, by the way. I'm a man.
To your sister.
Your sister. I want to fuck your. I respect you. Your sister, I want to treat like a fucking. I want to treat her cunt mountain asshole as my personal play toys.
I just think like I've hated the majority of my coworkers at every job I've ever had, and I would just like recoil in disgust if I saw my sister like having a blast and like taking shots with like
that's
my
a good point.
But
so
this
like,
they seem like they get along though.
They do seem like they get, at least according to him, they seem like they have a very good, strictly professional relationship.
I mean, you can like party with your. I mean, you know, I don't hate all my past coworkers, but it's like you can party with them, company party, whatever. But it's like, you know, I do not want to intertwine my life with any of these people like beyond this.
True.
That is the problem, I guess.
Now I've only worked in 2 regular offices in my life, right? Yeah. And the one that I worked in was a shit show, law office where people were like, literally there was like a guy, like women would show this one manager their tits to get like shifts off, and like people were getting blown in the parking lot. So it's like, but that was a very low, like in that scenario, I would have no problem literally going up to a coworker and being like, "God damn, your sister's tits are awesome. You think I could fuck her?" So that's my frame of reference, right? But I do. There are some places where that's acceptable. He said lab, and he said she chose the straight and narrow. This seems a little too professional. I think you're okay trying to fuck the sister, but you gotta feel the coworker out without, some subtle things that we've discussed already, and then if you get even any hint of backlash, you cannot involve the sister at all, the coworker at all, and you have to then go your own way to try and fuck the sister.
It's gonna be tough though if she kind of doesn't give you the in, and then you go the DM route.
That's a good point. In fact, you're gonna have to
That's why you need to bypass her altogether and just go straight to the. You got to do your own research.
I guess, you
hit
know what?
Instagram,
I think you're right.
Find
I
the
think
coworker's page. Look for her sister tags.
Yeah, the feel out is actually, you're right. That's kind of a
Maybe
risk.
I'm wrong, yeah.
No, I think you're right. Because if the feel out goes well, you're golden. If it goes poorly, then you are real, and you still try and fuck the sister. That's kind of jeopardizing your relationship with the coworker.
If you try to bypass the coworker, you always have, like, no matter how bad it ends, you can be like, hey, we're just two consenting adults. I don't need to ask you for permission to date
But the
her.
more we're talking about this actually does feel where he fucked up was not getting
the number that
night.
You got to.
Because if you had seized the moment in a place where everyone's there, where everyone's having a good time, you're fine. Now you're gonna have. Actually, now that we really talk this through, you kind of have to wait for another organic situation, another office party, or here's where you could be sneaky: try and put together like a little company happy hour. And like it'd be like, hey, we had fun with your sister. Invite your sister.
You should bring her back.
Exactly. That's kind of a very safe feel out process, because if she, that's barely a feel out, and maybe she brings her. You know what I mean? You never know. But yeah, I think you're actually. It's actually. I'm back to being this. Yeah. This is a huge gamble.
Yeah, the DM lurking also just feels a little too like
a little thirsty.
24 years old or something. It's like what you didn't know back when you were that young is like, hey. If it's meant to be and you'll fuck this girl one day, like, you will run into her at another party.
Yeah, you're going to, buddy. Yeah, here's the thing. You are shitting where you're risking shitting where you're eating unless this happens organically.
I think because I've been in this situation and I've always gotten the number the night of or just gotten straight up shut down. So, I think you just got to fucking take this as maybe a lesson. I would personally probably just go through the sister still. If you have a good relationship, but I think take this as a lesson. You got to get the fucking number.
Yeah, and the hard thing is, you got to get the number. And the hard thing is, we just really don't know because we don't know what your coworker's like. But from all the like hints, it doesn't sound like she's the type that would put you on to get slurped by her sister.
Well, maybe if you say like, man, she's really. I think you can't. You do have to say something like, man, I'd love to take her to dinner. You got to like put like, she's cool.
Yeah. I'd love to be cleaning her cunt juice out of my mustache in the morning.
That's option B. I think if you have options.
I'd love to wring out my chin hairs of her pussy juice. I'd love to use a sham wow on my fucking sofa after I make that whore squirt all over over my IKEA. All right, next question, Eldis.
Hey, Stavvy. Big fan. So, something kind of strange. I'm a grown man with a child. She's 7. And I have found myself, since the advent of self-checkout, I've been stealing a lot. I've never really stolen in the past. I've grown up. I'm a fully grown adult. But ever since then, I feel like the stores have been kind of showing us that they would rather us steal than pay workers. That's kind of the point of self-checkout. So I've kind of found myself taking advantage of it and kind of explaining it away, why I steal because of the corporate machine. But I've been doing it more and more and more and more. And now every time I go to the grocery store, I'm stuffing stuff in the bottom of my bags and not paying for them.
Respect.
Do you think this is normal? Should I stop and start paying them, or should I kind of say, fuck the man? Hey, man, thanks so much. I love you. Love the guys. Good podcast.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, man? Keep stealing.
I guess it depends on the grocery store, but if you're stealing from Whole Foods, it's Amazon. They're not really hurting.
Keep stealing. Don't get caught, but keep stealing. Yeah, pretty easy one. Next question, Eldis. Doesn't
if it's
matter.
Christides, that's the fuck. Steal the fuck out of their shit.
Yeah.
Them.
Don't steal from mom and pop, but
No,
steal from big chains. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, and listen, steal something for your baby girl while you're at it. You say you got a 7-year-old daughter, get her a little fucking candy or some shit, and then you're a good guy.
COVID really, I mean, those clips of people in like Target where they're just like, just steal this.
Oh, I steal all the time.
They're like just like waving it by. You're like, wow, this is fucking.
Yeah. I'll steal a little something if it's too overpriced. Look, Bidenflation has ravaged America. This is our way back until we get Trump in the White House. Keep stealing. Keep looting, but in a Republican way.
Hey, Stav. I'm calling in with an update and I guess some more advice. So I was the dude who called in about the sexy therapist if I should make a move. So I took your advice not to do anything. I also asked my friend if I should make a move, and she told
hysterical. This guy called in and asked if he should try and fuck his therapist.
I'm not gonna lie. It would probably, if I'd have a really hot therapist, it's like kind of a turn on. They know a lot about you.
You're so stupid.
I mean, it is kind of hot. Is
Yeah,
it
it's hot. It's hot the way like people jack off to incest porn. It's like a fantasy. It's like but it's fucked
Gandolfini
up.
wanted to fuck Dr. Melfi.
That's true. James Gandolfini, the real guy, did want to fuck Dr. Melfi.
It's not the same as incest either. Come on.
No, it's not the same as incest. But I'm saying it's hot as a fantasy. Is my point.
Yeah.
It's like hot the way like being like getting. But there is something weird and unethical about.
It's unethical.
But
I mean, if they fuck you, they're not a good therapist.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's not.
But it's like if you're committed to therapy, you shouldn't try and fuck your therapist.
Your therapist just riding you. So why do you think you're doing this right now?
And who wouldn't want to fuck Melfi, by the way? Hachi Machi, what a piece of ass.
Who wouldn't? And I was like, I do.
Yeah. No, of course.
Hot.
Who wouldn't?
Consensually, that episode was my least favorite. So I can't.
Oh, yeah,
I have to skip that on the rewatch. It's too dark.
That's a tough one. It does feel. I know what the point they're trying to make, but she could have just gotten mugged. She could have just gotten like really fucked up. She had to get
that season was
raped.
tough. I mean, that also had the stripper episode.
Oh,
there was a couple really tough ones.
But that one, I at least understand. Where that one's really reminding you like. These are fucking pieces of. These are subhuman pieces of garbage, and we're having a good time laughing along with them and everything. But at the end of the day, these are evil, pure evil beings.
And Ralph is funny, so you do have to be reminded that he's one of the worst.
He's one of the worst. Yeah. All right, keep going, LD.
So I took your advice not to do anything. I also asked my friend if I should make a move, and she told me it's surprising that I continue to get more and more retarded as I get older. So I took that as a don't do it, you fucking moron type of advice from her and you. And I guess what I'm calling in now for advice is I kind of have this addiction to MILFs, and I have trouble getting hard for girls my age.
You called
and
the right
there's been plenty
episode.
of times where I'm about to have sex with a girl, and I just don't get hard. And every single time I've had sex with an older girl or older woman, I get really, really turned on by it. So I guess I want to settle down with a girl my age. I'm going to be 29 soon. So basically, what I'm asking is, how do I get over this MILF addiction?
I'm
Thanks,
sorry.
buddy. Love you so much.
Why are you fighting nature? Use your cock as a guiding light. Your cock should be your North Star here. Unless you're a pedophile, follow your cock. As long as it's a consenting adult, follow your cock where it leads you. That's what will make you the most happy. You know what you like, and we really are. This is the perfect episode.
Yeah.
Sammy's the old school MILF hunter over here.
Thank you. Maybe cut that part with my girlfriend.
Oh
But,
yeah,
I'm kidding. Keep that in. Yeah. No, I do. I appreciate older women usually. I just think they've got their shit figured out too, which is kind of hot. But it's also amazing that this guy has, he goes to therapy, but it's amazing to be responsible enough to go to therapy, but then be like, I should fuck my therapist.
yeah.
It's just too crazy.
That is a funny like little thread, needle to thread there.
Yeah, I mean, I also get it. You want to do what society tells you to do.
But see, here's my issue with this, right? If he happened, like, guys marry younger all the time, right? Someone marries somebody 10 years younger, right? And look, I'm kind of reading my own, I'm kind of reading my own charts here. I'll probably end up, I don't see myself, by the time I get married, I don't see myself, marrying somebody older than me. Just looking at my record, we really are hilariously, like, different, where it's like, I've tended to date much younger, and like
I would date younger. It's just they've got to have their shit. They've got to have their shit
for sure. But I'm just saying like nobody. Or I mean like, sure, some age gap discourse has started where it's like it's problematic when men date young women, but it's like nobody really gives a fuck. Like if a guy marries a girl 10 years younger than him, no one cares. Why is it a big deal if this guy marries somebody older than him? I don't fucking get it.
I think he's judging himself. I think is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, dude, let go of your fucking hangups. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You like what you like. There's plenty of, like if you find somebody.
Also, maybe it is a phase, and maybe you'll get over it naturally, or maybe this is just what you like.
Right, like you're calling it an addiction, but you're like, that's the thing. No man would ever call in and be like, "I'm addicted to fucking 20-year-olds," or like, "I'm addicted to fucking 23-year-olds."
Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have your number.
yeah. Leo, if you want to chat, I'm always available. But that's what I'm saying is like, no guy would ever be like, all the girls I fuck are 8 years younger than me. Why are you like? No one would be like, I have to beat that.
Most people have a type.
Right.
I mean, most people, it's like you see, I've seen people show up and you're like, wow, that guy kind of looks like your last boyfriend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
People have a type. You know, some people say it's a fetish, but it's like, well, maybe that's your type.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, a woman who happens to be a little older than you is not. I guess I want to like. That's not a. It doesn't qualify to me as a fetish.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's so normal when a guy dates somebody younger than him.
Yeah.
That it's like you shouldn't want to beat this. This isn't something to beat. Not like beat trying to fuck your therapist. Not happening to want to fuck. You're 29. Oh, you want to fuck a 36-year-old woman. You want to fuck a 37-year-old woman. That's not a fucking problem, bro. I say you fucking. I say you take it.
Therapist is a MILF.
That's probably what it is.
I bet like a hot older woman therapist. I could see like.
Oh my god, that would be again. I would jack off to that.
Yeah,
and I would even maybe
in the session.
Yeah, and I would maybe even ask a woman I'm dating to dress like Dr. Melfi and pretend I'm fucking my therapist.
I got you this blazer and this wig and these glasses. Do I have to?
So yeah, dude, I don't think this is something to beat personally. I think this is something to continue.
Embrace what makes you happy.
Embrace it.
Unless you don't, it doesn't make you happy. Also, I mean, just do what feels good until it doesn't feel good, or if it feels good, date an older woman.
And
like,
maybe and I would say. There's been plenty of times where I'm about to have sex with a girl and I just don't get hard. And every single time I've had sex with an older girl or an older woman, I get really, really turned on by it.
I've been fucking a bunch of dudes and my dick doesn't work, but then some fucking women, and I was like, I get really hard. I think I'm attracted to women. It's crazy.
Just keep going. Like my advice would be the opposite of this to you. Try dating somebody who turns you on, and then just see how it goes. You're not that I mean, you're young. You're not that old. You got years ahead of you. I would say you owe it to yourself to see if a relationship with somebody that you are super attracted to works out. I don't think this is an issue. Mazel tov. Try and get your dick sucked by a woman older than you.
You give good advice, Stavvy.
I just think, and I would give the same advice if you weren't here.
No,
but
I know.
But this is you like you.
I've definitely done my. I've been with some older women, and they're fucking hot, man.
Yeah,
especially if you keep it tight and you're older, it's like extra hot. I think.
Oh,
absolutely.
Like,
that's a person who's taking care of themselves.
Yeah, and like you can kind of like see the future, as opposed to like you just date a hot younger girl. You're like, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen to this bitch?
That's a good point.
In 10 years, you know what I mean? All right, here's with another one, Big Eld.
Hi, I just moved in with my boyfriend. We've been dating for 2 years. We've been friends for 3 years. He about around when I met him about 3 years ago had an operation on his ankle that involved a screw being put in, and now his body is rejecting the screw and it's poking out of his skin like some like Dr. Kevorkian shit. And
I think that's the right reference.
Yeah, that's the guy who helped people kill themselves. That's just a doctor she's heard of.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
That's some Dr. Phil shit.
Okay.
Some Dr. Melfi shit.
Totally rejecting it. It's constantly oozing like yellow pus.
Ew.
He's limping. He has to go on all fours to get up the stairs.
He's turned into a cat.
He's a 40-year-old man.
That's
on all fours going up the stairs because he can't fucking walk. And he refuses to go to the doctor.
Why?
I've asked him as a friend, I've asked him as a girlfriend, and now as a live-in girlfriend.
Damn, bitch, you moved in with this guy?
call the ambulance and force his body into it. I'm 5'3" and he's 6'2".
Not on all
but I
fours, he's
will
not.
do it if I have to. But I wanted to ask if there's any advice from Stav or Eldest or the guest about just dealing with a stubborn-ass man that is ready to lose his foot, like literally have his foot amputated, as opposed to just going to the goddamn motherfucking doctor. So if you have any advice as to how I can make this happen, or if I should just start banging an amputee instead,
This is crazy.
much appreciated.
What
Thank
the
you
fuck
in
is
advance.
this?
Love you.
The only reason I can even think of is that he doesn't have health insurance. That's the only scenario.
maybe,
where
But even then,
even
it's
so,
like,
you really,
dude.
I would eat the money.
Yeah.
You're
To make sure I have a fucking
You
foot.
can't walk. This shit's coming out of your fucking ankle. The thing
I
is
don't even-
coming out of your ankle.
Like-
It's constantly infected. It's oozing pus. I had a fucking hangnail here that was fucking infected. And I wanted to kill myself. Like, I can't even imagine that.
know,
You can't get upstairs.
Young me probably would have avoided it at all costs, but not this level.
40 years old, bro.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
40 and his fucking ankle's fucked up. Like, yeah, again, when I was young,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I avoided the doctor constantly.
Yeah. But at this age, you're right. You got to fucking go. This sucks.
How to make him go is a crazy thing.
It would suck to. This is a thing that sucks to learn about a person once you live with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like you really should get this level of stubbornness out of the way. You're like, oh,
No,
they won't.
fully.
But living with them,
Well, it sounds like she moved in with him, like, before, or this was an issue even before she moved in with him, or at least maybe it was about to be. She said, "I've asked him as a girlfriend. I've asked him as a live-in girlfriend." Either way, I mean, it's tough
really
because
gross,
you can't be like, "Damn, bitch, you should have fucking made him do this," or you should have been like, either go to the doctor or I'm not moving in or something. But he won't go. That's crazy to me.
that would. I mean, I don't want to tell you to live your life, but this would maybe be reason for me to leave someone
This is
because this is
just
telling
a-
about other shit.
Yeah, I know. I hate that. I hate having that reaction too. But it's like you're in deal breaker territory.
Yeah.
Here. You really are.
Yeah.
He's on all fours. Like you know how fucking soft my dick would be if I was dating a woman who just walked on all fours, like she's in the fucking Exorcist or
Yeah.
something. Like
I know.
I'm sorry, it's gross.
Women are hilarious. What they'll put up with.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This guy's acting like a fucking baby. Doesn't want to go to the doctor.
I feel like she's in the right to like be like, let's get in the car or Uber or whatever and go to the ER right now. And if you don't, I'm going to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to run away or anything.
yeah. But what if he refuses? What if he's just like
Can you
that level
refuse?
of
How
crazy?
Does that work? I mean,
he's not like
I guess you
they can't strap him down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not incapacitated.
Yeah.
You could knock him out. You could dose him with drugs, call the ambulance and be like, my boyfriend his foot is so infected, it's knocked his brain unconscious. Please check him out. And that's something.
That's
But the
true.
fact that we're even going here is a sign that you should probably leave. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real. This dude's got problems.
Yeah, I mean, you've asked him this many times and you want us to figure it out. He's got a fucking screw coming out of his fucking ankle.
She's so frustrated too. You could just tell, like, she was wording it like she was like making the call, and he was sitting right next to her.
Yeah,
like, while she was explaining it.
Yeah, buddy, if you're listening, you're a fucking idiot and a piece of shit. Go to the doctor,
And
you
there's
dumb
no way
asshole.
he's fucking her well if he's
Yeah.
on one leg. What
It's
is
like,
he?
ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, he's hopping.
I'm gonna give you the pogo stick. Fuck. Let me get in there.
He's like, no, I can still fuck.
Yeah, he's figured
It's
that
no
out.
big deal.
All right, get on top, whore. He's just laying on his back. Yeah, I mean this is crazy.
Guy sucks.
This is like scary.
I know. No, this is literally like, imagine your significant other. There's something clearly wrong with them, and they won't go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've moved in with him. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know. Does he have? Okay, let's actually try and give you something tangible here. Does he have friends, family? Like, is there somebody you can recruit?
Family's big.
Almost intervention level of like, hey, I don't know if you guys know how bad his fucking foot is, but I'm really scared he won't go to the doctor. Can you guys please help
An annoying
me?
mom would be big here.
Annoying mom would be really big. Yeah, absolutely. Some guilt rustle up some immigrant guilt if he has some. That would be, or Jewish. Two of the best in the guilt business. Yeah, that's like friends or family or just kind of intervention style is the closest thing I can come up with to a semi-practical solution other than this man is out of his mind and you have to give him an ultimatum. Like you're going to fucking leave him if he doesn't do this shit. But yeah, good luck, Toots. I don't know what to tell you. We'd love to keep talking forever, folks, but we have some basketball to watch.
Watch some hoops.
You know, let's do one more. Maybe we can do the classic move of ordering Seamless while we're on the podcast.
Let me take a quick piss.
Take a piss. Dying, yeah. You want some Greek food, buddy? One more to sign us off.
Hey, Stav, super producer Eldis, and esteemed guest. I'm a 31-year-old guy with a wife and a 4-year-old kid.
Nice.
I was wondering, is it weird to jack off to completion into a sock? For a little bit more context, sometimes it's, the sock that I wore that day. Sometimes it's a fresh sock out of the drawer. Every time it ends up in the laundry with everyone else's dirty clothes. Yeah, let me know. Thanks.
I feel like that's like what you do in like high school or college.
I know,
that's not like adult shit.
This is undignified, man.
So then you're what? You or your wife is just lifting up your stiff sock. That I wouldn't. First of all, the one you reacted to the fresh sock. The one you wore that day is fucking gross to me.
I guess, but you don't want to waste a fresh sock with jizz.
Yeah, but also I don't want a fucking sweaty on my foot all day sock wrapped around my cock.
That's you don't want that as a cum rag.
Also, I don't know. Just fucking be a fucking go green. Shoot a load in your fucking hand and wash it in the sink.
Thank you. Me and Eldis have had many discussions.
I usually should just shoot a load into the sink.
Into the sink. Respect.
Yeah, I just will jack it up in the sink.
Interesting. I will probably, it's in my hand, and then I probably use like a napkin or something personally. Or like
but in the hand is easy too. You just as long as you're not too backed up.
Eldis is a belly guy. He comes on his own belly.
Oh, I'm too hairy for that.
Isn't that true?
For special occasions,
Eldis, are you hairy though?
He's very hairy.
Oh yeah,
but isn't that a whole situation when you get that like dry hair? Isn't that awful?
No, I'm pretty like vigilant with the Kleenex. So I like hit it with a Kleenex right after, and I'll do that. I'll do that.
Special occasions.
I'll do that if it's like if I'm like I'll like strip down naked and fucking I'll just like I'm about to shower.
Give me one of these special occasions.
Showers are good. That makes sense.
That's special occasion, but it's like okay, I need to take a shower anyway.
Okay, I'm treating myself.
The beating off on my belly kind of like jumpstart the whole shower process.
Yeah,
I like to take those luxuriant showers.
You do. I see.
Beating off on the belly is it's
a wild move, man.
Yeah.
Is it? I feel
I've done it. I'm with a woman and she's doing she does it to me.
Right.
It's not like
yes. Coming on your own belly is crazy. I gotta be honest with you.
It's just a big cleanup. It's like it's the same reason I don't take out 8 dishes when I'm cooking at home. It's like I don't want to fucking. I'm just cooking for myself.
The
I don't
juice
need to
ain't
make
worth
that much
the
of a mess.
squeeze.
Yeah.
Now, is it weird? Yes. You've outgrown this, my friend.
Yeah.
You have a wife. You have a child. Start beating
better than
off.
jerking off into his socks.
Yeah. Although they'd make your dick look awesome. Putting a baby sock on your dick. It's got a little stripe. You're like, whoa, dude, my dick is so big. These are in your head. You're like, these are adult-sized tube socks, not a baby's tube socks. Yeah, dude, Jack, this is crazy. You're making your. I mean, unless you do the laundry, then keep jacking off in whatever socks you want.
I still think it's a weird move. I buy socks I really like. I wouldn't want to. These are fun. These
are
socks.
Nice socks.
These are
I wouldn't want to jack off on those.
I wouldn't want to jack. I like socks that fit well.
Also, you just know that every time you put a sock on, jizz has been here. It's like, look, have I in a pinch cleaned my hand with a sock when I thought I had Kleenex next to me and I didn't?
It's happened.
Sure. Yeah. But I don't like knowing that every single sock in my... It's kind of like the Kids in the Hall Ass Penny sketch, where it's like...
I don't know it.
You don't know that sketch? It's so funny. The guy's basically like, a power move is to put pennies up your ass. because then any of like your enemies or anybody that you're like negotiating against, like a business guy, has probably handled your ass pennies. Like it's a very fun. I basically ruined it, but it's a good. I would still watch. It's a good sketch. That's the thing. I wouldn't like knowing that the majority of my socks have had jizz in them, even if it's my own jizz. I just don't want to know that. So yes, we have ruled officially. It is weird to jack off the completion of your socks all the time.
Just get some Kleenex going. Keep a Kleenex supply.
Get some
in
Kleenex.
the bedroom, and it's the same as a sock, really, when you think about it, and easier to just throw a cummy Kleenex away.
Great point, Eldest.
Let's wash cum out of your socks.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, let's clean up.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it. Watch tomorrow. Watch the special on Netflix, Fat Rascal. Go see Sam live. He's going to be in.
I think I'm in Tampa and Fort Myers this weekend, and then I'm going back to clubs for a while.
Back in the
Buffalo,
clubs.
Springfield, Madison, Philly.
Springfield.
All over. Yeah,
This
buddy.
fucking guy. Go see him.
Dania Beach, fucking. It's a good club.
Dania Beach is actually good.
It's a good club.
I like that. I like Dania Beach. All right.
I only
all right.
book OKC. I'm only in good rooms
all right,
leading up
all
to the
right.
special in Boston, which should be sold out by now. It's like
All
we're
right.
doing the Wilbur, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely sold out
I'm
by the time
pumped.
this comes out.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Go watch Sammy. Go watch the special. We love you. Thank you for 1 year of Stavvy's World, the podcast. We haven't really talked about it, but I'm blown away by how much you guys have supported it. We succeeded beyond mine and Eldest's wildest dreams. So thank you. Tell your friends. Let's grow. We're actually gonna work harder on the podcast. We just kind of fucked around this year. We will actually try a little, not a lot. I don't want to promise anything crazy. We're not going to try that much harder, but just a little bit. We're going to make it a little bit better. We're going to work a little bit harder.
It's work, man. You're doing work.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for listening, guys. Happy 1 year. Here's to, 7 more max. Hopefully my career goes good enough where I don't have to podcast until I'm an old man. But, thank you. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.